you should probably play Bant Company. It's really, really good. This format's really interesting because it's, in many ways, the exact format we just played at the last Pro Tour. Going into that tournament, Bant Company was the clear best deck, and kind of the same solutions that we saw to Bant Company back then are still like the right ways to go about beating it now, except Bant Company's leveled up and the other decks really haven't.
We know the big elephant in the room, it's Bant. You gotta beat Bant. So we've all been trying our hardest, and so far, it's been really tough. It's been really, really, really tough. So hopefully we can maybe figure something out, but if not, I've been testing enough with Bant that I'm pretty comfortable actually playing the deck. So if we can't beat him, I will join him, but I'm really hoping that we can beat him.
Was also the best deck going to the last Pro Tour, in a very similar list actually. I've never really been someone who's afraid to play the best deck. Like, I'm frequently fine doing that, especially if the mirror has a lot of play to it, like the Bant mirror does. But first choice is to try to find something that beats it, trying to find something that has an edge in the mirror, and hopefully I'll find something like that. If not, I'll sleeve up my collected companies, my tireless trackers, and reflector mages and get to work.
If we find something that beats Bant Company and is like 50-50-ish against everything else, then we did it. If we can't find that, I'll happily play Bant Company. I don't really have a problem with playing the best deck, but I don't like when the best deck is a deck I don't want to play. What I mean is Bant Company is grindy, it plays close games, it doesn't depend on any one card. So I like decks like Bant Company. I'm happy to play a deck like that.
One of the things that I think is super important is to play a ton of games whenever there's a dominant deck with that deck. Like, understanding your enemy is really important, and so you can ask Luis, I've played a ton of Bant mirrors against him, and we've tried all the different cards, gotten a feel for what's good, what's bad, how to attack the deck, what its potential weaknesses are. And another thing is play a ton of sideboard games. Often decks like Bant Company, Jund, etc. can like improve a lot in post-board games, and if you can build a deck that can beat them in game 1s but not games 2 and 3.
And you just throw it all, see if anything sticks, or you spend a lot of time with really smart people tuning the mirror.
Kind of on Bant last season, so I'd like to be able to beat it and not be in a place where I just have a huge target on my head, but it's a hard deck to beat. Sam keeps asking me what my odds of playing Bant Company are, and they keep increasing every day, so we'll see. I was already over 50% to play it, so if I have to end up there, then I guess that's okay.
Spell Queller, just having a interactive element so that you're not just like all creatures. Like, every creature that you add to the deck that's another spell, essentially, just gives it shores up more of its weaknesses, because it's really good at being this like mid-rangey creature deck, and you can't really like outbeat it on that front. Like, if you're trying to play mid-rangey creatures, like Bant Company is just the right way to do that. There used to be variety in company decks, and now there's not. You just have to play Spell Queller, and Spell Queller is so good against so at the last Pro Tour, we played a green-black company deck, which beat the mirror. And essentially now, Spell Queller means that deck would no longer win in the head-to-head, because you're a high synergy deck, so getting your pieces broken up is bad for you, and you have no way to interact with Spell Queller. So it's just like doubly it's just such a huge beating. And you miss out on having this powerful new addition yourself if you're not playing the Bant version.
Well, generally, I would rather play the deck that beats it than actually play the best deck, especially if that's an aggro deck. Like, I really enjoy just kind of like low drop creature type decks. So if I can find a deck I think is good against the best deck that fits into that category, I will play it. But I certainly have no problem playing the best deck if that's what you have to do. I mean, I'm not going to be different for the sake of being different. So
that's the biggest thing, is that where before there were multiple flavors of company decks, there's really only one now. Standard is a very different animal because everybody knows exactly what is going on. I try to beat them, and I'm not opposed to playing the best deck if I think that's the right thing to do.